Hey guys, after a stroke, if you find that your hand and your wrist is very tight in this position along with your elbow flexed position like this, then I'm going to teach you some exercises to get this a little bit more straighter and also open up your wrist and fingers a little bit more. Welcome to Basically Physio. My name is Suresh and I'm a physiotherapist. So before we begin, it is good for you to get into an environment where you do not have much stress, not much of distraction, and also somewhere you can be a bit more calm and not so noisy. This is because if it is going to be noisy, distractful, and highly stressful, then your spasticity and tone will act up and the stretching may not be effective. And also a few things to take note when you are stretching, do not force your joints all the way. That means do not push it past where there is a lot of pain. If you find there is pain and some discomfort, then you want to ease off a little bit and you just want to do it very slowly. Along with this stretching, you also want to focus on breathing such that you are able to be a bit more calm when you're doing this stretching. The main focus is to do it slow and steady and do not force any of these movements. So, to target your wrist, the first thing that we want to do is actually look up further in the chain. So, we are looking at the elbow here, and the first thing that I want you to do is get your elbow, hold your wrist here like this, and just get your elbow into a more flexed position. Okay, so just hold like this, use your stronger hand, and just straighten it out this way. You don't have to go all the way straight. If you find that you can only go until this position, that is fine as well. Just go as much as you comfortably can and do not force it into extension and feel a lot of pain. Okay, so you just want to do this and hold it till the end range for about 30 seconds to a minute at the start. If you can hold it for 2 to 3 minutes also, that is very good for you. Okay, so just gently go into this movement, hold it there for a few seconds. Okay, just keep doing this just as a warm-up for you. Okay, do it slowly. If you find this is very tiring, you can put your hand on a table like this and just straighten it out this way. Now that you have targeted your wrist, the next thing you want to do is your forearm. Okay, this is the forearm area. Most of the time when you're in a tight position, your wrist is going to come up this way. So in this position, okay, I just want you to grab your wrist and a bit of your hand and just turn it outwards. Okay, just turn your forearm outwards. You're going to feel a little bit of stretch along this area. That is where you want to feel it. So you can grab your hand and put it on a table surface like this and just rotate it outwards and hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute or even 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so you can just rotate it this way. So now moving on to the wrist, you want to put your hand and your forearm on a table surface like this so that you can rest it while you're stretching. Okay, so your fingers and your wrist is going to be like this. And once you're in this position, get your wrist into a little bit more of a flexed position because the moment it is flexed, right, your fingers will start to loosen up. You can try this with yourself in your stronger hand. The moment it is flexed, your fingers start to loosen up. So get yourself into such a position here. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is, using a stronger hand, find this meaty area of your thumb. This is called the tena eminence. Okay, so grab this area. So in this position, grab this area and slowly start to pull your thumb out. Okay, slowly grab your thumb out. And the moment your thumb is out, use your stronger hand to grab the thumb and just hold it out like this. Okay, give it a little bit of a stretch, but do not stretch it too much. Do not hyperextend your thumb. And now these fingers here, slowly creep under the other fingers of the weaker hand. Slowly just go in. Once you're in, then start to extend the fingers while holding the thumb out. So keep your wrist a little bit more flexed. Naturally, it should be flexed when you're in the edge of the table here. Just slowly lengthen the fingers. Once again, do this slowly. Do not do this in a hyper extension. That means do not really yank the fingers and the thumb out. And also, if you start to feel pain, most of the time you will feel pain if this is the first few times you're doing. So slowly, gently do it. And you don't have to achieve all of this in the first day. It takes time, so just do it daily. Within about 1 to 2 weeks, you'll start to see some improvements. So get it into this position, okay? And once you're in this position, then you can actually go back to the table here and just place your fingers. Okay, place your fingers like this. Place your fingers. You can just open it up, straighten out the fingers, straighten out and the thumb, and just keep it like this. If this is not staying, then you want to put some pressure on it just to keep the wrist and the fingers a bit more flat. So hold this for about 1 minute to 2 minutes or even 3 minutes. The longer you hold, the longer the stretch is, the better it is. Okay, so when you're resting, you're not doing anything, just get into a table position like this and start stretching out your hand and your wrist. Okay, so in this position, other things that you can do is you can actually come to the edge again, okay, and repeat all the movements and get your fingers out this way. You can grab your wrist and you can do some gentle side to side movement. Okay, just gentle side to side movement, just focusing on the wrist. If your fingers curl out a little bit, that's fine. Just gently moving side to side. Okay, this is just some range of motion for your wrist. Okay. Other things that you can do for your wrist is if you have the ability to close your hands like this, okay, if you have the ability, then you also want to move in this manner. Okay, this is also like a wrist extension and flexion stretch. Another way is while you are in this position, then you just want to grab up and push this way, give that extension of the wrist and also the finger flexors. Okay, for all of this, start for about 30 seconds to 1 minute, and you can do up to 3 minutes if you find that it is not so painful and it's okay for you to do. Okay. Lastly, if you are in a standing position, okay, if you're in a standing position and you manage to get your arms and your fingers open up, then other things that you can do is you can put some weight on this hand. This is also going to give you a good stretch because your wrist is in an extended position. But this is a little bit more advanced. Only if you have no pain and you have done this for a while, then proceed into a weight bearing position whereby your weight is helping to stretch the wrist and the fingers. Okay, so there you have it, guys. These are some of the stretches that you can do for your upper limbs to get it a little bit more looser. Just remember, do not yank any of this. Just do it gently and do it in a less stressful and calm environment. So I'm also linking a few braces down in the description below. You can go and check it out. Some of these braces are very useful, especially to maintain a prolonged stretch. In terms of spasticity and tone, stretching has to be done for long periods of time. By long periods of time, I mean it's more than your usual 30 seconds to 1 minute. Go for about 3 to 5 minutes if it's comfortable for you. That's your eventual aim. And most of the time, it's actually difficult to maintain using just your stronger hand alone. So this is where braces come in. So check out some of these braces below, and these have some good reviews on Amazon. You can purchase using the links below. So if you need some more other exercises, especially for your lower limbs, or if you want to check out what a full stroke recovery along with all the resources that you need for a stroke recovery, then check out this video that I released the previous week. And there's also a PDF attached to it. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching till the end.